Hey guys, welcome back. It's Comics Crypt coming at you with my second haul video. This is part of about 4 short boxes of books I have acquired over the last month through auctions, flea markets, antique shops, etc., etc. So, again, you guys know the drill. Hit like, subscribe, leave a comment below, and let's get into this. And again, a shout out to 2 guys that really inspired me to do these. Ed Zombert, Read Comics 81, and there's a few other channels. GW Comics, Long Box Love Affair, Pop Comics, Bronzeville Comics, Mr. Q Comics. You guys get a chance, check out their YouTube channels. They put out some really great content. I enjoy watching them. I love seeing what everybody's picking up. Not so much what they're specking on. I just love seeing what people are picking up. So, without further ado, let's get into this. Moon Knight 52 and 53. Gambit storyline. I finally have this run all complete. These are extras that I've been picking up and I use for trade, or I might even throw up for sale for stuff that I'm interested in. Now we got a bunch of Miss Marvel books coming up here, I think. No, not yet. This is another. I think this was part of a mail call, if I remember. But Miss Marvel 11 and Miss Marvel 27. Beautiful Greg Horn cover. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The NAMM #1 newsstand. This is one I could probably stop picking up. I probably got about 8 or 10 of them now. Namor 26. First Jay Lee cover / artwork, possibly. I'm pretty sure it's just his first cover. I'm not sure if it's first artwork for Marvel or what, but it's an interesting take on Namor. It does stand out for Savage. So here's one I found. I'm going to try and find the rest of these books. The New Mutants Forever with magic in demon form. I know there's a character name for that. I just can't think of it right offhand. Again, I think before my next video, I'm going to start researching this stuff so I can not sound too much like a doof. New Warriors #1, second print. It does got some staining, dust shadowing action over here. But again, most of these I picked up for a really good price. And I finally got one of these. I've seen them. Most of the time I usually see them. Got a little, looks like it might be a little bit of tape down there. They're usually a lot more beat up than this. So, hey, finally got one. And I believe this ran for a couple issues. Nova 10. Of course, it's newsstand. It's going to be a newsstand from back then because I don't think comic shops were really around much in the 70s. They didn't really start more into the 80s, I believe. This is a run I'm slowly starting to piece together as well. Then we got Quasar #8 newsstand. Never know with Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I know, was it James Gunn? I believe it was James Gunn in an interview had hinted at Quasar. And I think in another interview there was someone spotted a Quasar VCR in the background. Huh, never know. Red Sonja #1. I think this is of her first series. Just trying to put together the Red Sonja runs. And there's #2. 10. 11. 12. 13. I believe I have 2 13s. Yeah, this one's a newsstand, but again, this also has the dust shadowing issue on it. And then here's Red Sonja in a 2-issue limited series, number 1. They didn't have number 2. And then this is the second, or volume 2 of the Red Sonja series, number 1, number 2. And then I found a Ren and Stimpy 16. It has the Elvis sticker parody, and it is a newsstand. So that's basically 2 of the reasons why I grabbed it. Elvis parody, newsstand. Somebody might be interested in that. I picked some of this stuff up to try and maybe flip or use for trade. Again, I mentioned in my last video about zombies and horror. Here's a Runaways 28 zombie variant, and I do believe I have this already. But again, I got these books for really good prices, so I can't complain. Yes, this I got from the gentleman in New Holland as well. Beautiful, beautiful last issue of the Savage She-Hulk. This is my second copy, and again, one of these days I'll find one without spine ticks. It does have several color breaking spine ticks, but it presents very well. I can live with those. This is just as bad as the Conan, what was it, 275, the last issue black cover. I have a couple of those too, but they all got spine ticks on them. Try to find one without. Eventually. Alright, grab another stack here. There we go. Spider-Man 2099, number 1. This is another book I got from that gentleman in New Holland. I think I did feel right in here. It's non-color breaking, but beautiful. Sharp corners, lays flat, just beautiful book. Haven't got one of these in newsstand yet, but see if I can't move this back to zoom in a little bit better. All right, Spider-Man 6. McFarlane, I think he ran this, did the artwork on these up to, I want to say, issue 15, 16, and around there. But I have noticed in several of these Facebook sales and auctions and buy it nows that I've been in, these things are actually, people are paying $5, $6 a book for this. So if I can pick it up for $1 or $2 and then possibly flip it to fund other books I'm interested in, I'm going to do it. And Spider-Man 21, now granted, this is not a McFarlane, but it's this Cyber Spider-Man. There was something about him a while back, and it is a newsstand. So that's why I grabbed it. This Spider-Man, excuse me, little run here of Venomous storyline, part 1, part 2, part 3. I believe this is Matt Gorgon, his first appearance as Venom. I believe that's who that was. And part 4. And then we got Spider-Man number 11, just a beautiful Terry Dodson cover. He can draw Black Cat very well. I'm sorry about this glare. I need to do something better about that. And then we have Spider-Man 19 and 20. I'm trying to remember, but I believe this has something to do with Skrulls and possible, you know, with the Secret Invasion storyline coming up. And we got Star Ears. That's better. Number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4, all newsstands. Just figured I'd grab that set and put it together. You never know how this 80s stuff is just making a comeback. Thor 160. This is another book I got from that gentleman in New Holland. I actually went down there because on his post on Marketplace, I want to say it's 135, the first High Evolutionary, and that went fast. He said that was like the first book to sell. But hey, this got left behind. It's part of the Origin of Galactus, so I'll grab that. And then we know Doom's coming eventually. So whether he'll fight Chris Hemsworth Thor or the Jane Foster Thor, and it's Silver Age. It's a nice, beautiful book. Thor 217. Again, this is one of those ones, there's something about this and it just escapes me right now. Thor 388. I believe it's this Celestial's first appearance. Cover artwork by Ron Frenz. I have this exact book actually signed by Ron Frenz when I did one of my very first Comic Cons I set up selling, and it was actually at Knobel's amusement park in one pavilion, and Ron Frenz was one of the guest artists there, and I picked out a couple books, and I had this one signed, and I had a Spider-Man figure, and I think it was a black suit one. I forget what the issue was in it, but he actually did the artwork on that, and he bought that figure off of me. So that's just a cool little story. Real nice man, very nice man. And we got Thor from the Straczynski run. This is the second printing of #1. Again, you'll find out get second prints and variants here too, because you just never know what any of these books do anymore. Then we got the Death of Spider-Man. This is the variant cover. And here we go. Web of Spider-Man 70. First appearance of Spider-Hawk. I have a couple of these now. Then we got Warlock and the Infinity Watch #2. I believe we have two copies of these. The first full appearance of the Infinity Watch. Alright. A couple more minutes here. I'll try and throw a few more in here. And then we'll call it a video. There we go. We'll take it up to this one. Just another short stack here. Sure, everyone knows about this book by now. So, Wonder Man #1 is first actual solo, I believe. Solo title. Man, I've seen people posting these things up for stupid smoney's here lately. I'm glad I grabbed these all for like $1, which is cover price, but I actually got 1, 2. Oh, I did have a third one, but I already sold that one. So I did have 3, but there's 2 more. Then Wild Thing #5, #4, #3. I'm gonna pick these up because there's a guy in one of my groups that's actually trying to put this run together, and he has issues 1 and 2, and he said to be on the lookout. I think it only ran to 5 issues. This is the first I've ever seen 3, 4, and 5. I always run into 1s and 2s. And this one I got from the guy in New Holland as well. Wolverine 88 newsstand. I do got a couple spine ticks on it, but I guess it's the first meeting of Deadpool and Wolverine, I believe. This one's really gone up in price. I was really surprised. Uncanny X-Men 161. I think it's an updated origin of Magneto. Now here's an interesting book I found. X-Men and Clandestine #1 of a 2-part limited series. They didn't have issue 2. But with Clandestine, I guess, appearing in the Miss Marvel, I haven't got that far into the Miss Marvel yet. I think I'm only at the second episode. Hey, I know what the Clandestine #1 book in the Marvel Comics Present, or I know the Marvel Comics Present's like a $20 book, but figured I'd pick it up. You never know. We know the X-Men are coming. We know Clandestine is showing up. Why not? Speaking of X-Men, X-Men Adventures #1 from the first season. Again, this is another one we know in X-Men, what is it, X-Men 94 coming to Disney Plus, based on the original animated series. And I know this book, especially in newsstand, is going for monies, but it's a direct, but I grabbed it. And the last book is X-Men Magic 3 of 4. I'm going to dig through the rest of my other boxes. And I'm pretty sure I have this whole run now. But, alright, that's it for this one. Again, if you like the content, hit like, subscribe, comments below. Any suggestions? I know I'm going to try and have more information on these books and any significance or whatnot. But you guys have any suggestions or anything like that, please leave them in the comments. I'm open. Alright, thanks a lot. Talk to you later.